Hey, what is up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to HBCU Homecoming, the HBCU podcast. Um, it's me and Rose once again. And guys, listen, you can listen to us on all the podcasts: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Alexa. They have podcasts too, guys. Y'all gotta listen to it. Yeah. So we're everywhere you can get your podcast to be. We're also on YouTube, and we're gonna be uploading there every Monday. All right. So what is going on?
Nothing much.
Rose?
Enjoying this Friday night. As we're recording, it's Friday night, but y'all hear it on
Yes.
Monday. And you know what day
Mm-hmm.
Monday is, right? I mean, you might know, you might not know. I know
Yeah, I
you're
know.
in the you're
I
you
don't know
you
what
have
it
on
is.
your Q shirt, so you know
Ah.
that January 15th, because my cousin, she's an AKA. January 15th
Mm-hmm.
is Founders Day for
Yep.
AKA members. So
Yes, because first, so it's okay. So first, it starts with the alphas. They're in December, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, December. Well, if we go with the new year, I think it starts with Kappa first. J5. Like, all right,
Why'd you have to say it like that?
because that was flooding my timeline. I'm like, God, I understand red. Uh, nothing wrong with Kappas. They cool. It's just I was like, all right, J5. Okay, guys. But we do the same on our Founders Day, but we're better. So
Exactly. See, a purple and gold. So what if they're thinking the same thing? They don't like those colors.
that's not my problem. They should have they should have joined the best fraternity.
Here we go. No comment.
It's nothing. It's this. Listen, I can't. This is not my fault. Oh, and the deltas. The deltas is tomorrow too.
Nice. Okay.
January
See, we got it.
13th.
There we have it.
Mm-hmm. And then the AKA is the 15th, and then you're gonna just start seeing them throughout the year, and then of course November 17th is Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
All right, calm down, calm down. We have a whole year damn near for that, but that's what's up.
I
November,
can't
right? You
wait.
said
I
November, right?
can't.
Y'all
Yeah,
just
I
had it.
can't wait.
You just celebrated it.
Nah, that was last year. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
New
that was
year, new
last year.
him. That's fine. So
Yeah.
yes. Ooh. All right. So speaking of Omegas, I sent JT
Yes.
a video that got very mixed reviews, mixed
Yes, it
responses.
did.
Everybody follows, well, not everybody, but most people
Mhm.
follow Druski.
A
And
lot of
he
people
posted
do.
a video. Yeah, a lot of people. I follow him. He's funny. That guy's funny
I'll
as hell.
follow
Like
him. He is
come on.
crazy.
He's hilarious,
He's
right?
crazy. Yeah,
And it's hard to be funny, this day and
it
age.
is.
It's really tough. Like Cat Williams tell you that. It's really tough. But anyway, so
Drewski put in the work. He
he
put in
put
the
in the
work.
work. He put in the work for sure. So he
He put in the
posted a
work.
video. And I'm sorry for he posted a video. I know a lot of people have seen it of
Mm-hmm.
him kind of imitating like an old head. That pledge cue. I thought the
Mm-hmm.
video was funny. If you guys haven't checked it out, go on Drewski's page. The video is still posted there. But he got a lot of laughs, but he also got a lot of backlash and negative comments from members of Omega Psi Phi. They were requesting that he take the video off. They were saying it's not funny. They were saying that he crossed the line, and a lot of people kind of wanted to see him with the hands. People were saying, "Hey, you're not on this campus or X, Y, and Z," and I was like,
Yeah,
"Damn."
yeah, yeah. It's
So,
because it's
what are
real
your thoughts
serious.
as a member of Omega Psi Phi? How did you react to that video? What are your thoughts on it?
I didn't like it. And here's the reason, right? So, but it's I'm gonna bring this back around, guys. Just understand where I'm coming from. I do not like it because I worked really hard, and it's really sacred to me. Uh, my fraternity, right, and probably other people in fraternities and sororities as well. Um, but I can only speak from my experience in my fraternity, and it was tough. So I understand. Listen, and my frat brothers, some of them aggressive. Some of them might, if they catch Druski, I'll be honest, Druski. If you see this, man, they catch you and they might put their hands on you. Yeah, that's just how some of my fraternity brothers are, and it's okay. That's just how they are. They're aggressive. They really love what they have been through and endured. You know what I'm saying? So, but my reaction, I was like, come on, man. I was like, and I said, as soon as I seen it, look at my country, but as soon as I seen it, it slips out, man. As soon as I seen it, I sent it to some of my friends. I'm gonna ask for their reaction. It's the playoffs, guys. So if y'all don't know, when the playoffs start, a lot of guys watch football. So over each other's houses. So I'm gonna probably end up watching maybe this weekend, actually, maybe Sunday. Might reach out, but I'm gonna talk to them about it. But I didn't like it. I thought it was disrespectful. But that is kind of what comedians do. That's his lane. So two things could be true at the same time. I cannot like that he did it, but appreciate his craft in making the video.
Okay.
That's just how it is. We got other things to worry about, guys. Now, I get it. That's just how he makes his money. He did something recently with Casanet where they had made from the prison, basically. So it's kind of comparable to that because some people that were in prison saying like this is no joke. But coming from Druski's perspective, he's just trying to make content.
Right.
And that's just because he's a content creator. He's a comedian. So he's gonna what I understand about comedians, they don't care who they offend as long as it's funny. And it's okay because people laugh. But that's just I don't know, guys, if you've seen Dave Chappelle new special, but nobody's off limits. But anyway, yo, you gotta watch that joint. That joint is So he is wild, but like that's just comedians. So I'm mad that he disrespect my fraternity. I don't like it.
Why do you feel like it was disrespectful? What was disrespectful about it?
Because he was. Now listen, guys. I'm a little bit more lighthearted, but I understand it. The disrespect is he was throwing up the hooks, and like I paid some some blood, sweat, and tears to go like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I paid and money, right? And he said he was from FAMU, and that's a historical Black college, and my great uncle, so my grandmother's brother, pledged FAMU in 1950. So FAMU is not only it's an HBCU, but it's a great representation of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I know some close bros that that went to FAMU that crossed and we're close, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. Not only did he throw the hooks up, but just saying he's from FAMU, which is kind of like, wait, time out. It's one thing to throw the hooks up, but then to say you're from an HBCU, a FAMU, who has its own representation of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, that's where I think he drew the line.
Or he crossed it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the outside looking in, and my perspective from somebody who didn't cross is I just thought it was comedy.
Yeah.
I thought it was comedy. I didn't understand the reactions. I get like y'all went through a process, but like you just said, nobody's off limits. It is pure comedy. Right? Could you find any truth in that skit at all, as far as how that old head was acting? Exactly, right? So that's what he was
comedy.
Drawing. Yeah, that's what he was drawing off of.
You know?
Like people, somebody made a good point. Like people crip walk on
Mm-hmm.
in movies. So
Yeah.
if somebody's gonna make it, what if somebody made a movie, right? And they were making a movie about any like actual fraternity or sorority, they don't get to throw up anything. Like, are we not able to do anything or touch it at all? You get what I'm saying? So I don't
Mm-hmm.
think, I think certain things you can say, okay, they're off limits, but when you're really, like creating something like art
Mm-hmm.
or comedy or a movie or a show, you got to draw from something real to give it some type of life. That's just my take on it. I didn't understand the reaction to like wanting to put your hands on somebody.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like,
That's
I think that's
wild.
just a little
You
like
gotta
you're
calm
taking it
down.
too
You
far.
gotta calm down.
You about to catch a case because
You gotta
of
calm
what?
down, man. It's
Are
not
you
that
now?
serious.
Now it's starting to feel like, are y'all in a gang? And that's a lot of the negative stereotypes that fraternities get and sororities get. Is like, this is just collegiate gangs, and y'all are kind of feeding into that narrative by y'all's reactions and y'all's threats and behavior. So I personally didn't understand.
I even liked it. I should like this is like that's the thing. Like it's first of all, you shouldn't be putting your hands on anybody unless they physically like I think try to disrespect you when it gets to a point. But it's like he's a comedian. He threw up the hooks and it went viral. Let it go. Like don't put your hands on him. But some of my friend brothers are wild. I could see them.
And people were calling for him to take it down. It's like he's not taking.
He's not taking that joint down.
He got almost 7,000 likes on that, or 700. Yeah,
he's not taking it down.
Not taking it down.
Just because, like, I don't understand the concept of people have to understand that. And I'm gonna break this down in a very simplistic way. There's a saying, all press is press, whether it's negative or positive, you're getting talked about. And in the words of my man Eazy-E or NWA, when everybody was stomping on their CDs and records, he said, hey, and I quote, they bought them shits. It's already done. The view's already out there. Let it go, man. It's other things in the world that you probably have going on in your life. People won't even be talking about Druski next week. It'll be something else. Or tomorrow, it'll be some aliens we saw. Or it's not that serious to be like, if I see Druski, but he made a video making fun of rednecks talking about Alabama.
Right.
That was funny to me.
So yeah, no, it was just interesting. One guy, I wanted to read his response, right? Because I actually, some of them was just like, I find it funny, but I know some of my brothers are like, they feel it.
Yeah, I just is like
how you would. But so this guy named Fancy Yancey, what is his name? He says, too much tough talk in these comments. It's a lot of tough talk. We run out of the hood to go to college to get away from the street shit, just to try to intimidate and do street shit to non-street shit folks. Comedians mock the crip walk. They mock preachers. They mock pimps. They mock folks with special needs. They mock fat people. Yes. They mock Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
All right. They rock rappers, dope dealers. And you think you're above a laugh. Enjoy it. It's okay.
Relax.
Down, he rock with y'all, right? Like it's almost like, so
I see him. I'm a dab him up and say that, hey, that skit was bomb. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, I could be like, all right, he went too far, but it's still funny. He's going to do it. There's going to be something else that's going to happen. It's comedy. If you love comedy,
right?
Yeah, you're going to get made fun of. That's just it. It is what it is, and you're going to laugh because I like laughing. Exactly. Yeah, that right there is very. I love that because it's right. You're in college you joined a fraternity in a college. You don't need to be thugged out. You okay.
Yeah, we don't those days are over. Yeah, you got to make a choice about how you want to present yourself in life moving forward at this point. Like you decided to, move out of that hood environment. Just do better. Nobody got time for all that.
Nobody got time. Listen, man, it's so many things that is going on in the world. it's probably so many things going on in that person's life that it's okay. Like, just it's a funny video he made. Let it go.
Like, if it wasn't funny, I'm like, man, that wasn't even funny. But to me, it was funny. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And he's not taking it down. Ain't nobody about to see it on him. Exactly. So just, I don't know.
Crazy.
And we,
So
like
he's
you said,
crazy.
He's very crazy. But like you said, there's a lot of other news going around, especially with HBCU and especially with HBCU football, right?
Yes.
So we already know at the end of 2023, 4 HBCU Division I teams, they named, like, they got rid of their head coaches and hired new head coaches. So that pretty much includes Alcorn State. You had Grambling, you had South Carolina State, and Southern. So that left 2 teams kind of up in limbo, like, hey, who we're going to hire? Obviously, FAMU, because we covered, the departure of FAMU's head coach going to Duke, right? Last week, Willie Sims. So that left Texas Southern. That was another big school that people were kind of like, hey, who are they going to hire? And what was interesting about the whole Texas Southern situation, like, first of all, it took them 2 months. Like, since they parted ways with Clarence McKinney, took them 2 months. And you saw a lot of whispers of, like, man, who are they going to hire? I mean, from Houston, Texas standout and former NFL All-Pro Andre Johnson, you had whispers of him. You also had Pro Football Hall of Famer Ed Reed. I saw his name come up, and he actually tweeted his interest.
I thought he tweeted about that.
Yeah, coaching there. Also, Pittsburgh Steelers great and former Super Bowl MVP Hines Ward. He was kind of to be in contention, along with one-time Tennessee State coach Rod Reed. But everybody thought the front runner for this position would be former Alcorn State coach, the Fred McNair, right? So everybody, I kept seeing articles like, okay, Fred McNair, like, oh, he probably got it, right?
Yeah.
So the board members of Texas Southern, they had a special meeting on December 15th, in case you guys didn't know. And that meeting was to deliberate the specifics of McNair's contract. Unfortunately, out of that meeting, they weren't able to come to agreements for a 4-year. It would have been $313,000 contract, right? So the athletic director, he was kind of pro McNair, but I was hearing what was reported was that the board members, they were kind of shy. They didn't really want to hire McNair because they felt like his name wouldn't excite the fan base enough. So with that, it went a completely different direction by hiring Chris Dishman. All right. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
A former Houston Oilers player.
That's right.
Prolific, defensive back in the NFL. I mean, his stats are crazy. 739 tackles, 43 interceptions, 15 forced fumbles, 2-time Pro Bowler. And he was named both first team and second team All-Pro. So it's very interesting with these stats, coupled with the fact that he actually has an extensive history as a defensive back coach. So he coached LA Chargers, Baylor University, and actually a Canadian team. So not only was he a really good football player, he also has coaching experience. So that's something that we've talked about recently, like, this equalizing force of maybe getting coaches that used to be in the NFL to not only like teach these players because they know what it takes to compete at this elite level, but have the name, like the Deion Sanders and things like that, to bring more interest, more eyes. Like, hey, okay, let me see what Dishman can do. Like, let's see if he's able to turn this program around. So what are your thoughts on this hire?
So the very interesting thing about this one is not only did it come out of nowhere, 52 days is a long time.
Yes.
To hire a coach. That's pretty much extensive research. I was looking at his resume, and it's funny, he actually in 2006 spent time in the NFL internship, the NFL Minorities Coaching Fellowship Program. So
he's serious.
About it. And he's been coaching since 2006. So the great thing is I'm starting to see this trend, and I'm on board with it, where it's good to give somebody a try, a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is his first head coaching opportunity, and he's been an experienced football coach. He's coached in the NFL multiple times. Not only he coached in the NFL, let's go back. He played in the NFL.
There you have it.
At a high level.
At a high level. At the highest.
At the highest, right? Because all pros is the highest.
It's the highest.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the highest. And he played for a good amount of time. I want to say 13
years.
13 years.
Yeah.
That is, and listen, guys, 13 years in the NFL or 10 years in the NBA is a long time. Crazy. That means they were professional players. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the guys that put their work boots on and their lunch pail and their chin strap, and they go to work.
Especially in the NFL.
In the NFL,
it's so grueling, injuries and things like that. It's
the pain tolerance has to be at a different level.
Very high.
And he was in the 80s, so it was.
Woo! Yeah,
I can only imagine them.
No protection.
There's no protection.
Dudes is getting hit.
Dudes is getting hit.
He played cornerback.
He played cornerback. He was probably punishing people.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the hire, because it's kind of with this new trend, man, where it's like, let's give a young. He's a young head coach. It's his first head coaching position. Now his age is 58, but that's considered, to me, that's considered young. Belichick's still trying to coach. He's like 70. Same with Pete Carroll. Those are old coaches. So I think, I think 40 to 50 is pretty young, and he seems really excited. And I think it's a great hire. I don't know. There's something to somebody who presses the interview, because he's gonna have to. So college, I've learned this recently. I've learned this by listening to a lot of about Nick Saban. So I think college coaches, it's more grueling than the NFL. And hear me out. Because say your NFL season is over, you get time off, and then even the great ones, they take a break, right? 2-3 week break, and then you start prepping for the draft. But Andy Reid not really prepping for the draft. He's developing game plans, but it's a 9 to 5, because it's the off season. You just have to keep up, right? During the season, you're there 16 hours a day. The grinding. You're there grinding.
I can't.
College. Nick Saban said he couldn't do the 14-hour day. So I feel like college is, not only you're doing the grueling hours, you got to recruit. So there is no really off season. Because now the portal's open. You're trying to recruit. You're trying to get the best freshmen. The bowl game is over. You're trying to get people are transferring out the Alabama portal. You're trying to get those guys. You're trying to get everybody's. So it's like, as soon as you're done, you take a little break, and then it's back to work. Whereas the NFL is kind of a little bit more. I want to say, it's a little bit more predictable. Like college, it's like you grinding, little break, and then now you're recruiting. They're recruiting now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're recruiting. As soon as their season's over, they take a break. They're recruiting right now.
Yeah. And you already have people, committing to this school or that. Mm-hmm. Like we just had with Alabama State. They got them a new, quarterback just committed. So it's crazy right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Peyton Manning's son, not Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's nephew is at Texas, but the quarterback said he's going to come back. So I want to see how he it's a transfer portal. He could listen, Alabama got a new coach, man. He could, but my whole point is that it's a grind, and Chris Dishman has been in the NFL, and I like the hire. I think he's going to flourish.
He is. I think so too, and it's going to be great. Watching this next season and see what he does, especially when they play Prairie View. That's the biggest rival, and his former teammate Bummy McDowell. They both, they played together, and he's now the head coach over there at Prairie View. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. That's something that's going to sell tickets. That's something that you can make a story behind. And you don't need help because it's like a baked in rivalry, but that's just going to be that extra layer, extra excitement to that game, bragging rights. Like, bro, we played together, but I just beat your ass. Like we won.
My one of my older fraternity brothers, Henry Fraser, he used to coach at Prairie View. Said it's nice, man.
My little brother went there.
For real?
And my cousin, and one of my other cousins, he's going there now. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice school.
It's right there. So that would be
How far is it from you?
Like an hour, 50 minutes, just like literally a straight shot. Yeah. So it's not bad. And Texas Southern is like right there. It's like 25, 30 minutes away.
Oh, so Texas Southern is closer. Okay, so Texas Southern is closer to
in Houston, yeah.
Okay. I did. Okay, you've told me this multiple times, but
you still listen.
I guess. Yep. You have brothers. You know how it is. Sometimes it goes like in and out, and then it comes right back, and then it's like, oh, I got it right. So I remember you told me. I remember you told me this a while ago. You were like, we had some friends come in and visit, but then you said Dallas is like 4 hours away, and then I was reading something, and then you were telling me, you're like, JT, it's not like how it is around where you're at. It's like 45 minutes to an hour.
Far, yeah, things are spread out.
Far.
You need a car. Yeah.
It's like Florida. Florida's like that.
Yeah,
Florida like that. It's
you can't really rely on public transportation. That's not.
Nah, you gotta drive down
there. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Nah. It's not like here. It's different because it's like the metro, the buses, and then it's like, oh, Baltimore's 45. Like everything's kind of like close.
It's close. I actually miss that about DC and just being on the East Coast. Like how much closer everything was. Like you can drive for miles, for hours, and you're still not to the next major city. It's quite frustrating. So it is what it is. We signed up for this. I signed up for this.
Yeah. So Texas Southern is closer to you, and then Prairie View is what, like 50 minutes away.
So it's still fairly close.
So when they play next year, are you going to go?
I'm definitely going. What? I'm definitely going.
That's probably going to be a live game.
I'm definitely going to go.
Yeah. It's going to be a live game.
It's going to be nice. Maybe you should come down, JT.
I know
He's not. It's fine.
No. I was going to come down Labor Day, but.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, remember.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We're going to come down. Yeah. We're going to come down and hang with you, man.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to it. To it.
Yeah, man. So this hire is pretty awesome. Oh, and he also coached in the XFL. He's coached a lot of places.
He's coached a lot.
Of experience.
So now when you look at the hire, like, okay, I can see why they hired him. If you're going off of resume and then the name and everything kind of fits together, because I'm looking at like maybe Andre Johnson, and he made a statement in regards to like understanding like why he wasn't hired. He's just like, I'm not gonna, step on the toes of anybody. I want to make sure that this HBCU is represented properly and things like that. He had made a comment, very interesting comment, just highlighting that. So these are serious hires, these are serious hires. And I think they made the best choice.
Does he have coaching experience?
And that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, I feel like Chris is a mixture of both. He has a name and then he has a coaching experience.
Yeah. People think it's like, oh, Dion did do it, but Dion was coaching. his sons all through high school, and
Mm-hmm.
he was coaching his high school team, right? He's not. He's not coaching. I don't see. Maybe Andre Johnson. Maybe. I just don't see any experience. I think that job entails a lot of experience. They're a pretty big school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
is.
Like, I don't even think they entertain every. I think every has to kind of. I think he has to kind of go to like a. Um, he's it's not a smaller school, but a school that's willing to take a chance.
You talked about it last week. Like there is like a hierarchy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you just can't, especially with schools of these magnitudes, like the Gramblings and the FAMUs and the Texas Southerns,
Mm-hmm.
like schools that have big
Mm-hmm.
names, Jackson State. They're not going to just hire anybody, especially
Mm-mm.
now after seeing what Dion's able to do. They know, like, hey, names matter. Our program's very important, and we're getting more, eyes on our games, more viewership.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting
Mm-hmm.
our games televised. We can't mess around with just hiring anybody. It's a
Yeah.
first of all, very taxing, very,
Mm-hmm.
methodical way of like trying to find a coach. And so
Mm-hmm.
there's no way. So I get like not hiring Ed Reed, for this type of program. The program's
Yeah.
big.
This is a
So
big
yeah, he
program.
might have to start at a lower program, kind of do what Chris did and just build up that
Yep.
resume, and then somebody can take a chance on you.
Yeah.
You
Probably
gotta
like
think, yeah.
probably like an A&T or you know, Prairie View's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
FAMU's another small one but I think they already hired. They already hired their coach. But FAMU is an example of somebody like Ed Reed can get in there. But I mean, I hope Ed Reed gets a shot. I hope Andre Johnson gets a shot. But
Maybe you
I
got to
don't
start
think.
at just like,
Yeah, not Texas
skill
Southern.
positions, maybe not as head coach. You understand? Like you got to start
Yeah.
somewhere and kind of build that resume and understand. Like that's just with any job. And then a job
Yes.
of this magnitude. I mean, look at how much money they were offering, like a 4-year contract, $313K. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
comparing them to like Power 5 schools and
Mm-hmm.
the Nick Sabans who's making millions. That's still good in the context of how much on average a
Mm-hmm.
head coach at a college football, college
Yeah, we
football
talked
team
about that.
makes. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. I
So
talked
that's
to.
great money. That's great money.
Yeah, I talked to. It's so funny. We were having this conversation. I was at my man's house, and we were having a conversation New Year's Eve, and I was like, "Man, how much do you think that college coaches get paid?" He's like, "Man, a head coach they pulling in 6+," and I was like, "Dang, for real?" He's like, "Yeah, that's nice. That listen, that's a nice amount of money, and then if you I can only imagine what position coaches are paying at Power Fives. If those are position coaches are probably making 6 figures plus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The head
That's the
coach is
budget for
like,
it.
head coach be making
7
like
figures. Yeah, they're the 7 figures.
the 7 figures. Yeah, so I mean, it's nice. I would like to see, like, for instance, like Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne is now, I believe he is, he's coaching for the Colts.
See?
He got hired in 2022. Yeah, so he's already starting it. Like if you want to get into coaching, I think he should get right into it. So if Andre Johnson is serious and he wants to coach, he should start. I think he could get a job in the league through his contacts.
Oh, for sure. For sure. The way you played, hell yeah.
But Dion, Houston, but like Dion said it. He was talking on Shannon Sharp, Club Shay podcast, and he was like, "Shannon be coach." Shannon was like, "I can't be coach." He was like, the patience, the amount of patience you have to have is crazy because Shannon was like, listen, I'm a great Hall of Fame tight end, but I want them to do everything how I did it. And Deion was like, you can't do
hard,
that.
Yeah.
Some of these kids are not even going to make it to the NFL. He said, I'm just trying to prepare them for life. I'm just trying to prepare them for life to put in work ethic and skills so they can be a good father and a good man outside of college. I was like, yeah, that's the different level. That's what coaching requires, especially at HBCUs. That's what it needs. It needs examples of fatherhood and family.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And work ethic and accountability.
Yep.
So
do you think because during this time we were seeing all these new hires with like head coaches, position coaches and things like that, I feel like because I just read an article that the recruiter for FAMU, he's also leaving to join Deion Sanders at Colorado State. So they've lost head coach, lost a recruiter. So there's a lot of things, going on. So it made me just think, like, we talked about the different levels, like you coach high school to coach college, and if you can get to Division I HBCU, if you're really great and you can turn that program around, your next goal now is to coach at like a Power 5 or a great college football team, then potentially the pros. Do you think that HBCUs, even Division I HBCUs, will it always be just a peg lower where these guys, even they're great hires and they're able to do amazing things with that football program? Like say Chris comes in and just is really able to turn this program around. He's getting a lot of media coverage. He has 3-4 successful seasons. Does he stay, or you think his next move now?
He's out.
So I feel like there's always going to be like we're stuck at this level to where there's going to be, I want that next level. Like, and when you have people wanting the next level, you'll never, that level is never going to be the next level. I feel like it's going to be this perpetual cycle and we're always going to be stuck underneath.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just getting the sense.
I think you're right. It's hard, man. Well, you know what? I want to strive for that when we're competing with not even the Power Fives, just like the Dukes, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not even the Alabamas or the LSUs, just like the North Carolina Duke or Wake Forest. Their football teams aren't good, but they have so much more buying power.
Yep.
I'm always going to remain hopeful, but it just seems like HBCUs is a stepping stone to a better opportunity. There's nothing wrong, because think about it. If Chris Dishman turns the program around in 4 years, he's probably going to go to Power 5.
There you have it.
Like, it's going to be so hard because it's going to be somebody that's going to be like, hey, I could pay you $6. Right, you get paid $100 now. I can pay you $250 a year, and you get to work with me.
You get more exposure, more money, more resources.
More resources.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Facilities. Even goes down to the cafeterias better.
That's facts. That's
facts.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can. That's my goal, to hopefully make these things aware. But it's a tough road to climb.
Yeah. But it is. But
we gotta climb it.
Gotta climb it. We gotta climb it.
But I see what you're saying though. It sucks, but it's a real thing.
And it is what it is. Now, turning to the illustrious Howard University. Right? JT shared.
Are y'all in this? Are y'all like every week or something?
I mean, we're doing stuff every week. Every week.
It's so very interesting.
I don't choose the topics you do. I'm just here.
That's fair. It's y'all are always in the news.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. This is like, we're going to
Mhm.
pivot. This is a book that's going to be coming out January 30th.
Yes.
It's available for pre-order. The book's called HBCU Made. So it is a collection of essays that was actually edited by Howard University's very own Ayesha Rascoe. She graduated from Howard in 2007 with a bachelor's degree in journalism. So if y'all don't know Ayesha, she is the host of Weekend Edition Sunday and Saturday episodes of Up First for NPR, and she's been doing that since 2018. She has a very, very extensive resume, super impressive. I was reading up on her. I was just like, oh my gosh, just an amazing product of an HBCU. Just, obviously I love her because she's from Howard, but just in general, she was, prior to her NPR role, she was a White House correspondent. She covered 3 presidential administrations, and that's how she kind of gained her reputation for her sharp questioning in White House briefing rooms. All right. So she also reported on the 2010 BP oil spill. So she just has a really, really sharp eye for journalism. She has really found her voice, and it's just one of those things where you hear somebody like that and you're just very proud that she's a product of an HBCU. But what she's doing with this book, I started reading on it and I was like, whoa, this is the stuff we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Just a different format. We've talked about man, we need a show, we need something.
Yes.
But for this to be in book format, a collection of essays, I'm excited for it. I'm pre-ordering the book, and she's also going on a book tour. But basically, it's just a collection. The book is just a collection of essays about HBCUs alumni, like both famous and kind of up and coming, alumni that are kind of making waves on the scenes. They pretty much wrote their own testimonials about their school experiences and how that kind of shaped their lives and made them who they are. So she got some pretty good notables of people that shared their experiences. And I can't wait to see how they describe their experiences and if it's something that I can relate to as a former HBCU student. So I'm very excited. How do you feel about it?
I kind of when I saw it, I had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, wait.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. It's pretty dope because this is kind of like what this is actually what we're about, guys. Sharing stories about the experiences and everything that goes on within the HBCU, because people you don't know, haven't been there
exactly,
and the experience is like none other. The way that HBCU the way that people have gone to HBCU talk about the stories, right? I know we call this podcast homecoming. Homecoming is just one aspect of it.
Yeah.
You have stories of Springfest. You got it's stories of what happens. Like I remember, her book is going to be about I have so many experiences, like the first day on campus, right?
Yes.
You talk about when you first.
It's still so vivid in my mind. So vivid. I can tell you that verbatim.
I can tell you I can tell you my outfit.
Yes.
I remember my first day. Gosh. I had so I used to wear all days a lot. Oh my goodness. And I was in college 2000 and I had a glitter headband on. It said all days on it. It had a glitter headband. And then I had an all day sweatsuit.
You thought she was killing the game, huh?
Yeah. I was
you know what I remember of my first outfit? I remember what I was wearing and I realized I gotta buy new clothes. That's what I realized. I was like,
that freshman year, you gotta come in there.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know. I only had gone to Baylor, and all those kids are wearing sweats and flip flops and things that. Yeah, I come to Howard, I was like, whoa,
fashion show. You gotta come in there hot.
Thought it was in Milan or something.
Yeah. You gotta come on. What?
I looked. I'm like, I don't think I'm dressed right for this. This isn't.
Especially that first day that hit
I didn't get the memo.
65.
I didn't hit
That
the
first
memo.
day it hit 65. When everybody get back, you talking about like March? What? You better come out there.
Mind you,
Because the Spring Fest is like right after, as soon as the weather breaks. So you got to be fresh.
And it's not even that. For me, it was the fact of how hilly Howard University is. So if you've never been on Howard's campus, there are hills. It's not like here in Texas or you go to PD.
I was walking up the hill when I was there.
But girls are walking up the hill in like stilettos and pumps, and I'm just like, wow, y'all are troopers. It can't be me. What?
Especially on the strip by the McDonald's. I know that's
on Georgia Avenue. Crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, those hills were wild. I just would look at these girls like, man, you made it up here. That's interesting.
I know you're going through it. I know you are going through pain.
But it don't matter because they look good. Like everybody's like, yeah, this is some fashionable shit. But no, I am excited because I think she interviewed Stacey Abrams, Oprah Winfrey.
Nice.
There's a lot of notable like contributors in this collection. So I will be.
I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Oh yeah, and she's going on a book tour. She actually will be in Maryland. I think Baltimore, Maryland, for like the 31st of January. It is free, so she is doing a tour from the 30th through the 12th of November, I believe, to promote that book. And what I like about it, because like you said, like if you don't know somebody that's gonna like, hey, this is the HBCU experience. If you don't have somebody that went there, like your parents or a friend or a cousin or somebody, I mean, it's almost like it's non-existent. You're kind of left in the dark. You don't know. Like a lot of people who finally discover like what an HBCU experience really is, are like, damn, I wish I would have known. I would have went to an HBCU. So this is another like outlet, another source, and I think done right, it will really shed some light on what it means to go to an HBCU. So this would be a great gift for somebody, a high schooler who's interested, or maybe a parent who's like, well, I don't know if I want my kid to go there. Like, hey, let me see and read. Because I think these are going to be some empowering, insightful stories in this collection of essays. That's what I'm excited about.
Yes.
Like I'm going to read it to reminisce, but I like that the potential influence that it will have on people who don't know what it means to go to an HBCU.
That'll be nice. That'll be interesting if we get it and then we read it and talk about it.
Yeah.
Guys. See that? I'm definitely gonna get it. And this is gonna be awesome. And I think I kind of like what you said, where it's a collection, like the story, it's nothing like the collection of stories and experiences because people can relate, and it's awesome for parents and kids. Like if this came out, I would have gave it to my nephew before he went, but he ended up going to Bowie State. So
it worked out anyway, right?
Yeah,
no, seriously.
But this is a book that I would. And I'm gonna buy it just for that reason. Like, hey, thinking about read that book.
And it's amazing because they're interviewing people who are successful, who are shining example of the products that can come out of HBCUs. I'm reading still a book. It's called Think and Grow Rich: A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough.
Oh yeah,
Kimbrough or something. Sorry, I'm misquoting his name, but it's called Think and Grow Rich: A Black Choice. And in the book, he just highlights, I mean, it's like nonstop stories of people, Black people who had less and were able to just accomplish amazing things. These are people that are, one generation removed from slavery, like their parents were slaves and, they were just shy of missing, being born into slavery themselves. So, they had nothing. And the things that they were able to accomplish, it's just phenomenal. So I think this book, HBCU Made, is going to kind of give like a similar effect or influence of like you're reading this and like, man, these people accomplished great things going to the HBCU. Because sometimes that that dilemma comes in like, man, okay, they might lack some resources. Like maybe I should go to a PWI because they're going to have better facilities and X, Y, and Z, and their endowments larger. But you read something like HBCU Made, and you're saying, man, these people are successful anyway. I'm going to go here. You know, so
Yeah.
that's what I think when I think of this book.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because, like you said, we talked about having something like this because now it's once you have a book, it is a tangible asset of information, right?
Yep.
So now that she has created something, it can be passed down to younger generations and older generations. That's the great thing about books, man. And they last forever, especially if it's hardback. And because I see it, she's gonna have it in Barnes and Noble.
I'm buying mine on Amazon because just that's.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably get it on Amazon, but I gotta get it. I'm gonna get a hardback. I'm a weird thing when it comes to books. I like hardbacks.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I like turning pages and I highlight. Recently, when I read, I started taking. I don't know why I'm saying this, but when I read now, I not only do I highlight, but I take notes.
That's good. That's how you remember the stuff that you read. You can kind of retain it a lot better than just highlighting.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I'm gonna be. Yeah, it doesn't matter what book I'm reading. Because there's always information that could be, learned, unless it's kind of like I don't read. Like if it's a fictional book, I'm not taking notes, guys.
Right.
But I haven't read a fictional book. When's the last time you read a fictional book?
I read Mistborn. This is The Hero of Ages is right behind me, Brandon Sanderson. Because I like sci-fi or fantasy novels. That's my go-to because that's what I like to watch on TV.
Yeah, my dad likes that sci-fi. I might have to get a.
It's a good.
I have to get a fiction book because that's what I used to.
Balance. You need balance.
Yeah, I used to read. A lot of. I used to read a lot of Alien and Predator books. They have like a whole series, and I used to read that in college.
No, you gotta balance it out.
Yeah.
Because we read so many books on self-help and personal development, which are amazing. But I know when I'm reading a fiction like novel, I'm seeing movies, especially the way Brandon Sanderson writes. I'm like literally, it's like a movie. It's going on like in my head. It's so detailed. It's amazing. He's like one of my favorite authors for sure.
The fiction books. Oh, and I used to read. My mom likes James Patterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure,
I used to read a couple of. I used to read a couple of his books. Because I feel like you got. I know I'm gonna have to. Because I feel like with those type of books, you have to be more descriptive than the self-help.
Yeah.
Because it's, you gotta be, sometimes you gotta get a little.
You're painting a picture, man.
You got, because that's how you keep people interested. So, yeah, I can't. Anyway, I cannot wait to read this book, HBCU Made. Can't wait, man.
Perfect. Yeah, everybody get it. Pre-order that book. It's gonna be. Yep. I feel like it's going to be one of those that you keep on yourself, like you said, or you give it to somebody as a gift. It's going to be one of those books for sure.
And don't worry, I'll have all the information in the bio. It'll be linked to her personal page and a link to the book on Amazon.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, guys.
Is it that time already?
Night. Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like I just got on.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, that's all like that.
All right, it's fine. I guess I'll see you next week.
But yes, guys, thank you for tuning in to Homecoming to HBCU podcast. We always enjoy you. Please like, comment, subscribe, or the best thing is to listen to our podcast. We can get everywhere podcasts are downloaded. You could be in a car, you could be grocery shopping. You can do it wherever you listen to. Wherever you listen to anything. You can, hey, you know what? You could be putting away groceries and just play in the background.
I like that idea.
Yeah, just come live with us and come join us on this HBCU experience together. All right, guys.
All right.
All
See you
right,
next week.
guys. We will see you next week. All right. Peace.